Hello, everyone. Welcome to Sign1News. I'm Sign1News anchor Christopher D. Johnson. Here's a quick look at the top trending stories making headlines today. If you post an interesting comment about this update, we may add it at the bottom of the screen. Today, the U.S. Supreme Court wrapped up the final week of its term. And one shocking decision has rocked the education system. By a 6-3 ruling, the justices ended affirmative action in the college admission process. That means colleges and universities can no longer take race into consideration as a specific basis for granting admission. The justices said such programs violate the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment of the Constitution. The long-standing policy has benefited Black and Latino students in higher education since 1965. However, the court did suggest race affecting an applicant's life can still be part of how their application is considered. Human remains appear to have been found in the debris of the Titan submersible that imploded last week. The Coast Guard said the debris was recovered from the floor of the Atlantic, not far from the wreckage of the Titanic ship. Now, medical professionals will conduct a formal analysis of the remains to see if the body can be identified. Hopefully, the discovery will bring comfort and some closure for grieving family and friends. In the meantime, Coast Guard officials say their investigation into what happened could take well over a year. We have an update to a story we told you about earlier this month. Corey Richens, the Utah woman accused of killing her husband, then writing a children's book about dealing with grief, is being sued by her late husband's estate. The lawsuit accuses Corey of 18 different claims, including theft, wrongful death, misappropriation, and fraud. It alleges she stole money from her husband Eric's company, fraudulently opened a secret $250,000 loan, charged thousands of dollars on his credit card, and misappropriated his likeness and identity for her book. The estate is asking the court for damages in excess of $13 million. Corey is facing murder and drug charges in Eric's death. Prosecutors say she poisoned his drink with fentanyl the night he died. She has not yet entered a plea in the case. On May 6th, 8 people were killed in Allen, Texas, when a gunman started firing an AR-15 rifle at shoppers at an outlet mall. Today, authorities released new video showing a Texas police officer talking with a family, then retrieving a rifle from his car and warning people to leave when he heard the shots being fired. He ran towards the gunfire and eventually killed the gunman. We stopped the video just before the gunman was killed. But Allen's police chief says the video shows just how quickly a routine interaction with the public turned into a life and death situation.
Hey, make sure y'all be good, okay? And make sure you wear your seatbelts when mommy's driving, okay? You understand? Okay? Okay? All right. All right, you be good.
Escuchaste. Say always the
Seatbelt.
wow.
145, I think we got shots fired at the outlet mall. They're moving further away from me. 145, I believe we got a mass shooter. I got a magazine on the ground. Drop it! Drop it!
Ricky.
I'm passing injured.
The video was released after a grand jury hearing that found the use of force by police was justified under Texas law. Astronomers say a Jupiter-like exoplanet, 520 light years away, may have survived the destruction of its host star. They've named the hot gas planet Holla. That is the name of the highest mountain in South Korea, in honor of its discovery by Korean astronomers in 2015. In a new study in the journal Nature, astronomers suggest that Holla may have survived the destruction of its host star. Observations indicate the exoplanet had burned through its supply of hydrogen and is now burning helium at its core, which suggests it once expanded into a giant red star, but survived. Astronomers say another possibility is this system could have had two stars at one point, and they merged or collided. You may need a microscope to see this next story. That teeny weeny yellowish green spot on the tip of that finger is a handbag. Yes, a handbag. It's smaller than a grain of sea salt. And it just sold for more than $63,000 at auction. Mischief, the Brooklyn art house, created it based on a popular Louis Vuitton design. The tiny replica can reportedly fit through the eye of a needle. The object was sold along with a microscope equipped with a digital display so you can actually see the bag. Mischief is known for irreverent art projects that poke fun at consumer capitalism. And finally, let's take a look at a couple of Sign1News viewer comments. On Thursday, we told you NASA had created a process that recycles the pee and sweat from astronauts on the International Space Station so it is drinkable. We asked, would you ever drink recycled pee and sweat? At Cherokee Native 8354 simply said, no thanks. And we want to thank viewer at Nancy Edgewater. She posted this message after my last broadcast on Tuesday. Good interpreter, you help me understand what's going on. Nancy, you remind us why we do what we do every day. And here are my thoughts based on this. This is powerful, and your words are so nice, and it reminds me of when I was growing up. I had nobody to look at to translate for me. And so this is for the future generation. Sign1News will be broadcasting updates Monday through Friday. A big thank you to our Sign1News app supporters. You help make this broadcast happen. You can download the Sign1News app by heading to the App Store or Google Play Store on your smartphone. But you can also watch on your laptop, television, or iPad through Apple TV, Amazon, or Roku. Take care.